What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Bradley. I'm back with another Smackdown breakdown. Of course, talk about Smackdown and I break it down. Uh, as always, I didn't really watch Smackdown because I work and stuff. So this will be, and I didn't take notes this time either. So we're gonna figure it out. So hopefully I can remember what happened. If not, I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, we're gonna talk about it anyway. I know a little bit that happened, so I'm just gonna give my over take on SmackDown, which seemed like a really good show after Hell in a Cell. Um, so I know that the show opened with Roman and Jey Uso. Uso, I guess, was already in the ring when Roman came out here, and Roman was pretty much just like, "Hey, bro, you quit, so fall in line." And Jay was all emotional. He was like, I ain't quit. I ain't quit. How can you do this? I ain't say I quit. How you do this? You gonna do this like me?" And then Roman calm as a cucumber. Calm as a cucumber. I know. I know. Everything you're saying is true. I know. But it doesn't matter how you feel. You quit. So you gotta fall in line. And then Jay was emotional. He was like, "No, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you, man. Why you do this to me?" And it's like, you made me quicker than my brother. And then Roman was like, "Hey, I love you," but he doesn't get Paul. He doesn't get it, Paul. It's like that's what you have to do to hold this burden, to be this champion. I'm sorry. I'll let you figure it out, but at the end of the night, you will fall in line, or else. Magnifique. I loved it. Good stuff. Good acting from Jay. Cool as a cucumber. Cold, stone cold. Roman. I loved all of it. It was good stuff. I loved the qualifying matches, the two that they had. The one with first Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, which was good stuff. They work really well together. I like that um, Bobby Roode didn't come out in a robe like he normally does. He just came out in like probably whatever he wore. He looked great. Um, he tried to beat up Kevin Owens. The ref saw it, kicked him out. Great spot where Dolph was going for a super kick, but instead Kevin Owens super kicked him, and he was about to hit him with the pop out power bomb, but when he had put him in the air, Dolph Ziggler hit him with a famouser. That was fire, fire. I love that. That was good stuff. I enjoyed all that. But in the end, they did like it looked like they did like the not the Bret Hart, the HBK Shawn Michaels finish, or not HBK, yeah, HBK Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold finish at WrestleMania 14, where they was doing the super kick, uh, stunner reversal. They did that, and where Owens finally hit the stunner on Ziggler for the win. Very creative. I enjoyed it. Good stuff. Um, I think on a .com interview that Kevin Owens he was interviewed by Mackenzie, and she was asking him how he felt about it and stuff like that. And he was saying, everybody keeps talking about him not being a team player. He was just like, yeah, no, I understand, but that's what I said on Raw. He's not, I've done horrible things to horrible people, and I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. So I will be a team player. My track history. I've done some bad things to people. Sometimes it wasn't my fault, but a lot of times I initiated. But I'm going to do my best to um, not do that. And I'm going to be a team player. I guess he said he also wanted to be, I guess, team captain since he was got the first win on SmackDown. But it was a good promo. It was he kind of rambled a little bit because he was talking about the mask that he was wearing that he got from Finn Balor. He was like, "See, me and Finn Balor, we're friends." He's like, "I never attacked him. We've been good for years. I never attacked him. He gave me a mask. I appreciate it." So I guess I kept one friend. So that was kind of funny. But he also had an apple, and ate his apple and he left. Like in a chair, he just like rolled out of the frame. It was kind of hilarious. Yeah, that was good stuff. Triple threat qualifier for the women's Survivor Series. I guess Natalia said she wanted to be, she deserved to be team captain because she's the boat. Uh, not Peyton Royce, the other one. Billy Kay walked in. She was like, mate, I should be I should be captain. And they argue, and then Bianca Belair came out. It's, it should be the best, and the best of the best, and I'm the best of the best. So I deserve to be captain and stuff like that. So Scrap Iron was like triple threat match, and it was up. And this was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was really creative for the three that they worked uh, differently together. We'll say differently. I really like Billy Kay. She stands out a lot. Just like the little things. Like I'm not saying like she's the perfect wrestler or anything, but I like a lot of the little things she does. Natalia had a sharpshooter on Bianca Belair, and Billy Kay put a neck like a headlock on her, trying to get her to tap. So like if she tapped out, Billy Kay was like, "Oh, it was on me. I did it," and stuff like that. And then Natalia had it on for a long time, and then she looked over and saw her and like picked her up. And so it was funny. It was funny without trying to really be funny. It was like really good. She was really good. There was a spot where I think Bianca had um, Natalia in some type of position. It was like like the slop drop position type thing. And Billy Kay came and kicked Bianca in the face while she dropped her at the same time. That was good. And then Billy Kay like went back and forth trying to pin him, but they kept kicking out. She did that spot. That was pretty good stuff. Um, yeah, this was good stuff. And in the end, Bianca hit uh, Billy Kay with the KOD for the win, so she has the first spot. Good stuff. I enjoyed it. I think Bianca's gonna lead Team SmackDown to victory, but I also have this feeling that Lana is gonna do some weird, crafty something stuff to get her the team win for Raw. And if it happens, okay, cool. I won't be mad, but I kind of think that this is Bianca. This is gonna be Bianca's year to be built up for when she gets that women's championship off of whoever's gonna be champion. Um, Yeah, because I think whoever is not on between Bayley and Sasha, depending on if Bayley wins next week because Sasha can't keep a title, which one of her wins, they're probably going to be on Team SmackDown, I assume. So I could think that they might have those two be so survivors like Bianca and Sasha or Bianca and Bayley, and maybe they might start a feud or something like that. I don't know. I think that would be interesting stuff. Next up, I don't know what's next up, but I know Sami Zayn did a promo. He pretty much talked about it's fitting that he's Intercontinental Champion because he represents the champions. He's loved and represents the champions everywhere outside the continents in Libya, in Japan, in I think he said Mexico, all over the world. He represents many countries that really like him, and it's fitting that uh, Bobby Lashley only represents one country. And by the way, this country is. And he paused. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. He was like, I'm the better champion. I'm the best, and I'm going to show you at Survivor Series. I think is I think it was a good promo. It was a really good promo. It was fitting for Sami Zayn, who is actually Canadian, uh, who actually is Canadian, so he's not from the United States. So him being intercontinental champion, being hated in the United States and probably like he said being loved everywhere else, is um, pretty hilarious. It's very smart on their part, and it was probably Sami's idea to do that promo. That was excellent. Um, I know Daniel Bryan also did a promo. He did a promo about pretty much saying that he kind of feels bad. He knows Jay's in a emotional state right now, but unfortunately, we got to do this. Another qualifying match for SmackDown for the first time between to early from Monday and today is Jay Uso and Daniel Bryan are actually literally Team SmackDown. They weren't traded or anything. They stayed on SmackDown, whereas Kevin Owens was on Raw and went to SmackDown. And I think Sheamus was on SmackDown, went to Raw. Uh, who else? AJ Styles was on SmackDown, went to Raw. And Keith Lee, I guess technically was on Raw, but he's been on Raw for like a couple of months, so I don't know how much that counts. But yeah, that was all good stuff. Um, Next up is I'm just gonna say what I have in my brain. So Tasha Banks, she came out. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Y'all so fresh, y'all. Running down the way, it's boss time. And the dreaming, and baby, you got the body all taken. It's an honor, it's an honor the way. Anyways, she came out looking fire. Tasha Banks' outfits be fire. They be out here. She had like Okada levels, like Kazuchika Okada. It's very hard to say his name. If you know what he be dressing, he had like he be rocking the old gold, the Rainmaker. He be out here. That's how she looked. She was looking good, as Booker T would say. Good, shucky shucky quack quack. Good. Period. But yeah, she just came out. She was like, "Hey, I told you that I was gonna take the one thing that meant the most to Bayley. She can't win without me. Blah 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 blah." Bayley comes out. She was like, "Yeah, you did alright." He was like, first of all, because Sasha also said that she's going on to Asuka, best of the best, and you might be champion, but I'm gonna show you that I'm better than you, whatever like that. And then Bayley comes out, and she's like, "That she's better than who? Are you serious? Hey, consecutive." 280 days or 380 days, something like that. She's like, I've been holding down this division, the longest reigning champion. And we know that you can win titles. Yeah, you can win all the titles you want, but you can't ever keep hold of them. Ever. Not one successful title defense. So I'm challenging you next week to a championship match, me versus you, and I'm going to prove that you can't hold the title. And then they leave. She leaves, and then Corey Graves makes the point. It's like, hey, yeah, she be winning. Yeah, she 5-time champion, 5-time women's champion, but she never successfully defended it, which is straight facts. So this part will be interesting to see if they continue, because eventually I know eventually they're not going to continue that Sasha Banks is going to eventually win and retain. So I don't know if it's going to be this time that she's going to do it, like if it's gonna be she's gonna retain this time and then she's gonna that she's gonna get out of her slump, and then start facing different people, or if it's going to be Bayley gets it back and then some nefarious way the Bayley gets it back. They don't hold all the punches on this. They still put on a good match, but it's not, it's just there. And then they have Sasha like scratch and crawl. She gets her she wins the Royal Rumble, and then she gets her WrestleMania moment where it's gonna be magnifique. And then they do it where Bayley does it again. It was like, hey, okay, you got me again. You got this one. But remember last time that happened? I beat you. I told you couldn't handle the pressure, and you didn't. So I'm going to challenge you again tonight. It's just like, I'm going to make it even shorter. I'm going to make it even shorter reign for you. I challenge you tonight. And, she does it. And then that's when Sasha, you know, successfully retains against Bayley. And then she was like, oh, she finally did it. She finally retained and stuff like that. And then that's when she continued. That's when she does her actual like her real good reign as champion, where she can uh, successfully defend it each and every time, like she has and stuff like that. Either one would be good. I'm hoping for the second option only because I think that I thought the story wasn't going to happen. I thought they wasn't going to do this until like they was going to wait. But I think if they do this and they want to continue their feud, I think this is a good way to do it. And have Bayley, have Sasha, you know, go against other people, or help other people, or Bayley. I'm probably sure Bayley versus Bianca Belair is going to be a thing. I think Bianca is going to have another great showing in the Royal Rumble. She's probably going to show out at not Hell in a Cell, the Elimination Chamber. She's probably going to have a good marquee match at WrestleMania. So they're going to probably build her up to the next champion, whoever's going to be champion. They're going to build her up. They're going to have Sasha have her couple of wins and stuff like that, and then maybe at like SummerSlam, you get Sasha versus what's her face, Sasha versus Bianca. Maybe that's where Bianca wins the title, or maybe the next pay per view or something like that. But I think it could be good stuff just for that, just for the storyline purposes of that. Continue, that'd be great stuff. Next up is Street Profits. I believe they might have had a promo about the New Day. I don't know. I know I heard somebody mention they did, but I don't know if they did or not. But I know they had a match against Cesaro and Nakamura, which was fire, fire, good stuff. I enjoyed it. This crazy bit where Montez Ford was going crazy on everybody. He hit this, he went, did his jump, got Nakamura because Nakamura pushed Cesaro out the way. He was like, ah! He turns around and Cesaro just throws him in the freaking air and throws him into the crowd. Well, the virtual crowd. I sat, I had to pause the video and I laughed for like 5 minutes and I rewinded. I was like, no, he didn't. That is hilarious. That was great stuff. But then it was a 2-on-1 situation for a little bit. Uh, my boy was my boy was reaching from the ground while Angelo Dawkins was trying to get in, trying to get it. He tried to get the tag after he got it in, but Montez Ford wasn't there, and they were trying to do some double teams on him. He reverses it, knocked him out, hit the spine buster. I don't know, like it's sky high, but I don't remember. I don't know what he calls it on Cesaro. He tags in um, Montez Ford because I think they were going to try to go for some crazy top rope move, and he reversed that. And then he picks up Nakamura, hits a superplex. Montez Ford, 97,000 feet in the air, frog splash to Nakamura for the 1, 2, 3. Boom! Street Profits win. Good match. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna have. I don't know if they're gonna have tag teams this year. Maybe not because neither one have teams, so they might not do tag teams. But they might do something where they might do like brand versus like when they did New Day versus the Shield. They might do something like they might do Nakamura and Sheamus versus like Hurt Business or something like that. I guess there's 4 people from Hurt Business, so they might do maybe either Hurt Business versus Nakamura, Sheamus, Rude, and Dolph Ziggler. They might do like that, like an 8-man tag thing like that. Maybe they might do Retribution. Oh, they could do Retribution and Hurt Business to do that storyline because there's 4 of them. Right? Yeah, there's 4. Yeah, yeah. So they might have them team together against whatever tag teams are on SmackDown, which I don't think there's a lot. Nakamura, Cesaro, Dolphin, and Rude. That's all I got. Okay, so maybe I was gonna say maybe Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens, but oof. Main event time. Daniel Bryan versus Jay Uso. If there's anything else and I forgot, I'm so sorry. Uh, did I forget anything? I did just wake up, so I'm sorry. Um, did I forget anything? Um, I think I got everything. I think I did pretty decent. Oh, nope, I did forget one thing. I forgot one thing. Rey Mysterio and the Seth Rollins thing. I almost forgot about that. I'd be trying to forget about it, but I tried. But I remember that that was a thing. Okay, so the biggest thing from this is Dominic Mysterio got a whole mustache. Like that thing caught me off guard. I was like, "Where'd you get that mustache from, you weirdo?" Um, but pretty much, my boy Murphy was trying to was gonna try to apologize to the Mysterios with Aaliyah there, and they come out together, and I guess he's just like apologizing, so saying I like your daughter, all that other good stuff. And Seth comes out. He was like, "Hey, your he was like your son, your dad must Ray. He was like, you kind of agree with me. He's kind of being control. He's like being controlling. He's not letting you do whatever you want. Let you be with Murphy. He's not accepting you with Murphy. He's always telling you what to do. He's saying you're naive. He doesn't believe you, but I do. If you come to me, accept me. I'll accept both of you and stuff like that." And then uh, Dominic comes out, new mustache, caught me off guard. He starts to beat up Seth, and Murphy tries to take a lead out the ring, and then then Seth gets the upper hand, and they're just brawling, and then Murphy aggressively pulls Dominic out the way, and then Murphy starts beating up Seth Rollins, and then Murphy has him go away. So in my eyes, I was like, well, you see that Murphy is not with Seth Rollins. He's trying to help you guys. But for whatever reason, Dominic Mysterio pushes Murphy. He was like, yo, what are you doing? And then Murphy pushes him back. He's like, yo, bro, what are you doing? I'm trying to help you out and stuff like that. And then Dominic decks Murphy, and then Murphy hits him back, and then he starts beating up Dominic. He was like, stop it. And then Boyaka Boyaka 619 Rex comes out, and he pulls I don't think he pulls him off. I think he just like sort of like, hey, he's like, hey, yo. It's like, yo, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out, and your son out here beating me up. And then Ray pushed him, and then he was like, yo, and then he pushes him back, and then they jump him. New mustache, new mustache. Dominic pushes him, and then they try to set him up for the 619. Aaliyah's like, stop, daddy, papi, no. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, what are you doing? Move out the way. And Aaliyah was like, I love him. And Rey Mysterio was like, yeah? The best part? He was like, I love him. She's like, yeah? He's like, I love him. He's like, let's go. She's like, no, I'm not going nowhere. I love him. He goes over there and he kisses. And then Seth Rollins is on the ramp. His face expression was like, look at that. Seth is having a grand old time. He's like, you love, you take a Tayama. Yeah? That was so good. Oh, it was so stupid, but that part was so good. He was like, yeah? Oh, that was good stuff. And then they leave up the ramp. They turn around. They're all like kissing each other. Even though Aaliyah's 19, it's kind of weird because, well, it's not my business. Anyways, love is love. What is love? And then main events, Daniel Bryan versus Jay Uso. This is also a really good match. You know, Jay Uso was kind of conflicted and stuff like that during the beginning. Daniel was giving him the whooping, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and then he looks at him, and then Jay Uso starts getting aggressive. He's laying hits in more. He does eventually get the win. Um, I think he hit him with one super kick, and I think Daniel Bryan went to go out the top rope, and he like super kicks him in midair, which was fire. He landed that flush, and then he's on his knees. Boom, another super kick. Uso splash. One, two, three. Jay Uso advances into the qualifying match. Good stuff. And then Roman goes in there. He looks at him. He was like, all right, I follow in line, Uso. I follow in line, Uso. You the tribal chief. You the head of the table. And then they just look at each other. And then Roman looks at Daniel Bryan, and I think Jay kind of looks at him at the same time. They look at each other slightly. Roman just, and then Jay turns like 360 turns, boom, super kicks Daniel Bryan straight in the face, hits another Uso splash. Woo! I mean, Roman's just sitting there, doesn't move a muscle, doesn't say anything, and then he tosses him out the ring. He moves the announce table. He puts the table, puts him on the announce table. Goes on top. Boom! Uso splash. Uh, Jay Uso's nuts hit the side. I know that hurt, but the table falls, and now Roman is amused. He's slightly amused. He like kind of smirks a little bit, and then he's just chilling there, and then he leaves, and then after like when the commercial went off, like when it went off, I went on www.com because I watched it later, and it said what happened after. Jay was just like sitting there in a chair, like he was just sitting there looking at him, and Roman and Paul was already gone. He was just sitting there looking at him, just sitting there. He was just going like that, and he started beating him up. All the officials came out and stuff like that. You know, trying to tell him to leave. He's leaving, just going like this with his hair that I don't have, and he goes like, no, man, no, man, because they're trying to stretcher Daniel Bryan. And he's like, nah. He goes back. He pushes it. They're trying to take him out. He's like, no, Oos, no, Oos. He puts him in the ring, hits him with another Uso splash, and then he leaves. Murder, she wrote. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this was a good show. I enjoyed it. What would I give this show? From what I seen, I think all this was good stuff. I would give it. I wish I watched the whole show. I give it an A minus. Honestly, I personally would give it an A minus. I thought the show was really good. I thought the storylines were good, from Reigns to Uso from beginning to end. That was good stuff. Um, it seems like SmackDown is really good at interluding storylines with upcoming events. Because like with Raw, it seemed like they're trying to prepare for SmackDown, but at the same time trying to do storylines that is not working. But for some reason, I guess because Daniel Bryan is head creative, and I guess his mind is better than everybody else's. He can fit storylines and stuff like that into like the show and stuff like that. So that's what he did. So yeah, this show is really good. The wrestling's really good. Um, yeah, everything was really good. Even the actually, I'm gonna give it a B plus, A minus. Stick to your guns, A minus. Yeah, the triple threat women's match, that was decent stuff. Street Profits, Cesaro Nakamura, good stuff. The main event, good stuff. Owens, Dolph Ziggler was good stuff. The 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 building up to Survivor Series was good stuff. All in all, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. What did you guys think? Let me know. Holla.